In 2018, I published my first book. It was about believing in dragons, and it was immediately noticed by the people in Brussels because they invited me to have a little bit more explanation about the book that I wrote about. It was about believing in dragons, draconic wicca, and alternative spirituality. And so they said, it's very interesting. Aren't you interested to explain a bit more about your book? I said, sure, of course. I have all the time. I didn't have a work back then, so I had all the time to write it and to go to explain about it. So after this, of course, I quit writing because I have no time anymore because of my job. So yeah, I was very interested. I was like hyped. Yeah, let's go and talk about the dragon because I love to talk about the dragon. You might have noticed this, that I love to talk about the dragon. There is so much to say about them. But of course, I was called not by just no one. It was a very famous guy, that very famous in Belgium. Of course, I was like surprised. Like, are you interested to come? I said, yeah, of course. And so I had to give this interview. But yeah, it was the change of setting. Once I arrived in the studio, it was like they put on a music of Game of Thrones. She said, yeah, it's Game of Thrones, you must know this. I said, no, I don't know Game of Thrones. I know, the only thing that I know is that there is a dragon in it. That is the only thing that's so. But I said, I don't like dragons in media. She said, why not? It's dragons. Yeah, of course. So what? The only movie that I loved, there was no dragon in it, but it was so beautiful. It was indeed a Belgian movie. I never expected this. If you ever have the chance to look at it, it's a thriller, horror, but it's in fact it's Dutch. It's called Left Bank, Linkeroever, and it's this guy, this antagonist. He actually said, "What is this is." Around his neck there was a necklace. She said, what is that? What it wants to say? He said, that is a dragon biting its own tail. Every ending has a new beginning. That is just masterpiece. I love it. More than that, I don't know. I don't know about Game of Thrones, but I'm not interested to look at it. But to continue, so she asked me a couple of questions. So about this spirituality, that do you truly believe in dragons? I said yes. I saw them, I felt them in 2005. Ever since I followed the dragon. In following the dragon, I do some magic, because the dragon is not just coming here with no effort. That is what you have to do. You have to help your dragon to be here. And she said, yeah, some people might see it as something ridiculous. Well, actually, if you follow the dragon, you do it out of your heart. But I wasn't always like this. I used to be a Christian. And if you look at Christianity, isn't that more ridiculous if you look at it? Because that is truly, literally, believing in Adam and Eve, that the world is 6,000 years old, that there were no dinosaurs, and so that sticks turn into snakes, that what is it? That the sea splits open, that the Ark of Noah, whatever. Isn't that much more difficult to believe? And yet so many people worship this without any question. I question the dragon, I said. I question it. I question it all the time. I didn't immediately accept the dragon because I wasn't sure of it, but I also felt unworthy. It was only months later that I accepted the dragon and the dragon's path. It was only later that I had to follow it alone. And she said, how can you compare your path? I said, it's not a religion. You cannot really compare it with a religion. But if it's the best compared with a religion, then I can say this. The dragon is the son of the gods. You can say this with Jesus, with Odin and Thor, and you can say this with Zeus and Hercules. This is also a son of God. But this is not what humans want to hear. Humans want to see a human in the sky and having a human son and having care for us. They don't want to hear anything about dragons. Dragons don't care for us. Dragons don't care for humans. So why should we care for the gods? So if I say this to people, I have an apparition. They say it all the time. And that is also what I said to the radio station. They say it all the time here on earth. They saw an apparition of Mary or Jesus or whatever. They saw apparitions all the time, especially here in Belgium. They saw this all the time. And they took it serious. And people believed it because they want to believe it. They want to believe it. It's much more easy to say, oh yeah, there is an apparition of a human god that loves us very much. But if I say I have an apparition of a dragon that actually doesn't care for you because you have no connection with the dragon, then yeah, this is not going to be famous, not at all. They are going to say how ridiculous, just go away with your nonsense. But if you want to compare it with religion, then I can say this. The dragon is the son and daughter of God, and they are here to guide us. They are here to be with us. So that is how you can best compare this with a religion. The son and daughter of gods. But the gods themselves are also here to be your guide, to be by your side. That is what they are. It's not only Jesus that is looking after us, it is also God. We are one circle. We are one togetherness. This is not religion at all. Because that is also what she said. What is the biggest difference between what you are and religion? When I said, well, religion is organized. Religion is, like I said, something that people feel good with. But also, of course, I feel good with my dragon. But nobody ever told me about this. With religion, it's organized. It's all together. It's a well-known laws that you have to follow. There is a book. These are the laws and you have to follow it. And actually, the dragon is not. And the dragon doesn't have clear rules. The dragon is a personal story. It's about you and your dragons. And you establish your own laws into this, your own desires, your own view of the world, your own philosophy. You put everything of yourself in it. In religion, they put their things inside of what you should believe, what you have to believe. And that is also what is the biggest difference between us and religion. In religion, you have to believe or you go to hell. Here, you just take it or you don't take it. There is nothing else that there is going to happen. There are no consequences if you turn your back on the dragon. The only consequence will be that the dragon will fade away. And I've seen this. I've seen people turning their back on their dragon because of religion, because of this. They said all the time that they shouldn't do this, so they put their dragon away, and that is the most saddest thing that I've ever seen. That is how you push your dragon away, and that is not what the dragon deserves, not at all. I also said to the people from the radio station, what is actually the most difficult to believe in religion, or something that you find yourself? Because the dragon is what I found myself in 2005. Nobody ever told me that the dragon was real. Never mind that what they are one with nature, one with the elements. The dragon has always been seen as being one with nature, a forest spirit, but as well as a fire spirit, as well as a sky spirit, the air spirit. It's always inside of nature of what they are. Later they changed it, that it's only fire. They are one with fire, they breathe fire. But in fact, I said this to them, the fire of the dragon is their spirit, it's their soul, and it's eternal. It's a flame that never dies out. It's always going to be alive. That is where they are, on the other side, waiting for our spirit to come, and in the meantime, guiding us here where we are now. And that is what I, at that time, was actually afraid to say. Why should they guide you, actually? Why should the dragon guide you? That is also a question. That is because some of us, we know this out of ourselves, because there is living something inside of us that is connecting with the dragons. And it's not simply a dragon, it's the dragon. And the dragon that is connected to you, it's not just a dragon. There is no such thing as a dragon, it's the dragon. It's always going to be the dragon. Our dragons, the dragons by our side. And the thing is that I feel so good with it. And everyone that I know feels so good with it. Those who push them away, they feel very bad whenever they do it. But most of the time, it is because of religion that they do it. And that is the biggest difference between us and religion. They have established laws, rules. If you don't bowed for this god, you're going to suffer for all eternity. Well, in the dragon's path, there are no consequences, only that your dragon will fade away. But that is not what we want. We don't want the dragon to fade away. That is the entire point of the dragon's path. You follow them. You follow them. You try that they will not fade away. The dragon will show themselves inside of energy. You will feel this energy. You will not want this energy to go away. And in following them, you become a dragon witch. And whenever I said this name, dragon witch, and she immediately thought that this was a joke or something. Well, actually, no. The dragon witch is in fact very real. They are using magic and manipulation. They are using this all in order to follow the dragon and to keep them here, to keep them by your side. And that is how you should know how the dragon is by your side, by pure feelings, your instincts. The dragon is trying to talk to you. You should listen to it. Your entire body and spirit will react to it. You will react to the talking of your dragon. Whenever I said this, she was putting this music of Game of Thrones out because she saw that I was serious. Maybe they ever thought that I wasn't serious, that I said I believe in dragons after 5 beers. So, no. Well, no. I believe in dragons all the time because I've seen them. I know that they are real. I can say for sure to this entire world, it's not a belief, it's an experience. It is true. I believe not only believing, I know that the dragon is there. And the dragon has a connection with a lot of us. And I'm talking to you, my brother or sister, that the dragon is very much real. By your side, reach out for them. That is what I'm trying to do. Also with my book, sorry, it's in Dutch, that I try to say, reach out for them. How so? Everyone has their own ideas how to reach out for them. My idea was rituals, talking to the dragon, giving them gifts, and of course, literally reaching out for them. That is also what I did. So a lot of these things, a lot of effort. I put a lot of effort in it, and it made sure that the dragon was always very much close by. And she was actually very surprised that I was taking this so serious. And actually to the question, what is more ridiculous, religion or what I follow? I follow the dragon. My God is nature. I can show you my God. It is what you look at right now. The dragon is just inside of it, being one with nature. Where is this God that 80 or 90% of the people bow down for? Can you show me this? Can you show me that? Of course, I cannot show you the dragon in a physical form. I cannot do this, but I don't want to convince you. Those who need to know will know eventually. After a little trigger, you will know that the dragon is very much real and the dragon is by your side.